The following short clips have been put together to aid personal development by providing enhanced resources for all RYA coaches and instructors. Their use is intended in association with RYA Publications and training resources and to back up the training provided during RYA Instructor, Coach and Trainer courses, as well as RYA Development Days. Following is an example of a model review, reinforcing a number of key points. The development of a reviewing conversation using TED, tell me, explain, describe. Use of opening questions to create a balanced, instructor-developing conversation. The content of our reviewing process, was it safe, did the group learn something, and did they have fun? And finally, a 3-point summary with agreement from both parties.
Thanks for that, Clive. I think that session went really well. I hope you thought it did as well.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Good, good. I've made a couple of notes and points to bring up, if you don't mind. Okay. So we'll go through the session bit by bit and see where we go with that.
Yep.
So how did you start the whole session off?
Well, from our previous discussion, we didn't know where Amanda's experience was in making a cup of tea. So what I thought I'd do to start with is to see what I had to work with, what experience Amanda had.
Good. And what did you find?
None. She'd used an espresso machine, but she had no concept of using a kettle, either electric or anything.
So what did you do up front once you decided on Amanda's experience or lack of in this case?
So the first thing I did is I thought I'd do a demonstration. So I laid out all the equipment, showed Amanda the equipment, then I went through making a cup of tea. So I did a demonstration. Of how we're going to do it.
But you did a little bit more than that. In the demonstration, what were you doing as you were demonstrating?
Well, I was trying to involve Amanda as much as I could, but with me taking control.
Perfect. And how did you do that?
Well, I was just trying to ask questions and ask Amanda if she understood each part of that.
And by asking those questions, what did that mean happened?
Well, I was trying to get Amanda to confirm it to me, so when she was going to have a go, she knew the process.
Perfect. Okay, so within that initial demonstration, there was a safety issue which you highlighted very well. I'm glad you did that. What was it?
The main one was the kettle.
Yes.
The kettle was on the floor because the lead was very short. The plugs are in the floor. And the bit that I really wanted to focus on was lifting the hot water from the floor onto the table because she's got no experience of a kettle.
Exactly, so that was a good point to raise. Do you think you succeeded?
Well, I did because Amanda did it very safely at the end. I wasn't concerned with her and hot water. Good.
So you went through the demonstration. What did you do at the end of your demonstration?
I just checked the bits through with Amanda by using questioning.
Perfect.
Trying to put right any little bits that weren't quite right.
Exactly. And then what followed from there?
Then Amanda made a cup of tea.
Okay. And how did that go?
Yeah, it went really well. So she did produce a cup of tea.
And succeeded?
Yeah,
really. Yeah, I would think so. So we've already established that she picked up the main safety point as well. There was a secondary safety point, which I'd like to bring up if you don't mind. Now, how did you squeeze out the tea bag?
I dunked it 3 times, lifted it out, and I squeezed it out with my thumb and then put it on the serviette.
Okay, but what happened when Amanda copied that?
Well, there's a bit of confusion about her dunks and her stirs.
Which we'll come back to.
Okay, then she put it out and she put her thumb on it.
What
and
happened?
I think she might have burnt her thumb a bit. She did sort of jump a bit.
I believe so. So it didn't affect you, but it affected our students. So how could we deal with that for next time so that didn't occur?
So I need to change that part.
I believe so.
I either need to find a way of wringing the tea bag out but without using a finger or something.
Or an even simpler solution.
Don't wring it out.
I think, yes, that would probably be the best way at this stage.
Okay.
And we could look at that for future development. All right then. So you highlighted a nice little point there about in terms of the stirring. Now you were very clear on what needed to happen there, but what happened when Amanda came to that point?
There was confusion there, I felt, and I had to actually go in and just jump in at that stage. And I'm not quite sure how that bit went because I think we had confusion between ourselves when I asked Amanda. So I think afterwards, though, I did ask Amanda about that bit. I think she was clear, but she didn't do what I thought she said she was going to do.
So in terms of teaching, if you saw a student having a bit of a struggle, what could we do?
Go in and help.
Yeah. If needed.
Get it then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amanda made a cup of tea. We established that it went well. What happened at the end of that?
I just wanted to consolidate that Amanda did have the teaching points as we went through. So she was aware of the safety, she put the various bits in place, did the milk, got from the customer or the client or herself actually, how does she want that cup of tea, right through to the end, adding milk, adding sugar if you need it.
Perfect. And how did you do that?
Just by asking questions,
Perfect.
just consolidate.
Exactly. Okay, so we reached the end of that. We know that Amanda can make a cup of tea. If your student was making perfect cup of teas all of the time, how could we go from there?
Well, we take her on to the next level, the advanced tea making, and maybe introduce a gas kettle.
Yeah, which you mentioned. So we've got development there. Good. Okay, so we've reached the end there. Can you just summarise for me then your 3 best points that you'd want to take away for next time?
Well, I think we've discussed that it was a good process. The process that I used, I got Amanda's experience out.
Yes.
I hit a good safety point by the lead, and I consolidated at the end.
Perfect.